In this video, I'm going to be going through some of the answers from practice 2 for percentages. Okay, it might be useful as I'm going through it for you to have a copy of the practice in front of you. Okay, please remember that you can pause the video at any point to have a go at the question before I go through the answers. So I'm going to start off by doing question 1. Okay, so I'm expressing each of these fractions as a percentage. Okay, what question 1 would like me to do is to use method 1. Okay, where I'm going to be converting each of the fractions so that the denominators are 100, so that I can then convert it into a percentage. Okay, so they've sort of helped me first of all with 1a because they've told me that they want it into 100. Okay, so I've got 3/20ths and I want to convert that into hundredths. Okay, so 3/20ths into hundredths. Okay, 20 times 5 is 100. Okay, so I'm going to multiply by 5. And if we remember again, we do the same to the top. Okay, so 3 times 5 is 15. So now I've got 15 out of 100, okay, which I can then easily convert into 15%. Okay, B, I've got 26/50ths. If I do it over here, it's a bit bigger. Okay, and remember that if there isn't space for you to do your workings, you can just do it on a piece of paper, okay, and then put your answers onto the sheet. Okay, so 26 over 50, I want to convert it so that my denominator is 100, okay. What do you do to 50 to get to 100? I multiply it by 2, so I'm going to do the same to the top. Okay, and 26 times 2, so I'm just doubling 26, okay, is 52. Okay, and then 52 hundredths, okay, or 52 out of 100, I can convert easy, so I've got 52%. Okay, C, I've got 4/5 this time. And once again, I want to convert it so my denominator is 100. Okay, what do I do to 5 to get to 100? I multiply it by 20. And then I'm going to do the same to the top. 4 times 20, okay, I know that 4 times 2 is 8, and then I need to multiply it by 10, so I get 80. Now, 80 out of 100 is 80%. D, we've got 19/25ths into out of 100. Okay, so 25 times 4 is 100, and then I do the same to the top. Okay, this here, 19 times 4. Okay, if I'm not sure, what I could do is use my multiplication method. Okay, so 9 times 4 is 36, and 1 times 4 is 4, add 3 is 7. Okay, so I get 76 out of 100, which is 76%. And then finally E, okay, I've got a quarter, and I want to convert it so my denominator is 100. Okay, what do I times 4 by to get 100? I times it by 25. Okay, and 1 times 25 is 25. And 25 out of 100 is 25%. Okay, so that's question 1 for us. Okay, I'm going to go through question 2 now. Question 2, okay, wants us to use the direct calculation, the calculation method, which we said was method number 3. Okay, so A, I've got my 1/5 multiplied by 100%. Okay, so if you remember with method 3, okay, I multiply the numerator, so I do 1 times 100 equals 100 over 5. Okay, so I'm doing 100 divided by 5. So how many 5s go into 100? Okay, is 20. Okay, so my answer is 20%. B, I've got 31/50ths. Okay, and they do want us to have a go in that the multiplication method. Okay, so I'm going to be doing 31/50 multiplied by 100. Okay, and when I do that, I do 31 times 100, 3,100 over 50. Okay, I realise I can do some cancelling here because I can divide both by 10. Okay, so now I've got 310 divided by 5. Okay, might not be too sure about that, so what we could do is use our division method. I'm doing 310 divided by 5. Okay, how many 5s go into 3? None. Okay, so I'm then going to look, I've got 31. How many 5s go into 31? Is 6, with 1 left over. How many 5s in 10? 2. Okay, so my answer is 62%. Okay, and then finally C, I've got 13/20. Okay, so I'm going to do 13/20 multiplied by 100%. Okay, so 13 times 100 is 1,300 divided by 20. Okay, once again, I've noticed I can do some cancelling. So now I've got 130 divided by 2. Okay, so I'm halving 130. And half of 130 is 65. So my answer is 65%. Okay. I'm now going to move forward and have a go at question 5. Okay, because question 5 is wanting us to use method 2 where we're looking at the different parts. Okay, so A, I've got 7/10, okay, which is shown on my bar model. 10 parts, or my whole, okay, is equivalent to 100%. Okay, so to work out what 1 part is, okay, if I pop that over here so I've got a bit more space. If I've got 10 parts equals 100%, I want 1 part. Okay, so what I would do there is my 100 divided by my 10 parts. Okay, and 100 divided by 10 is 10. And if I know that 1 part is 10, 7 parts, I just times by 7. So 10 times 7 is 70. Okay, B, 11/20. Okay, 20 parts, so my whole is equivalent to 100%. Okay, to work out my 1 part for B, so 1 part is my whole, so my 100 divided by the amount of parts, which is 20. Okay, so I need to do 100 divided by 20, which is 5. Okay, and then my 11 parts, my 1 part times my 11, so 5 times 11 is 55. Finally, C, okay, 21/25, 25 parts. So once again, my whole is 100%. To work out what 1 part is, okay, I do my whole, which is 100, divided by the amount of parts, which is 25. How many 25s go into 100? 4 do. So 1 part is 4%. Okay, now I want to work out what 21 parts are. Okay, so what I need to do here is my 4% times by 21. Okay, so I'm now going to do 21 times by 4. Okay, 1 times 4 is 4, and 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, so my answer is 84%. Okay, and the final 2 questions that I'm going to go through in this practice with you is question 7 and question 8. Okay, so question 7 and question 8 are word problems. So question 7 is, Tom read 3/5 of his book. What percentage of his book did he read? Okay, so what I need to do here, okay, is work out 3/5 as a percentage. And I could use any of the methods that we've looked at so far. Okay, method 1, method 2, method 3. I'm going to use the calculation method. Okay, so I'm going to do 3/5 times 100%. to convert it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is 3 times 100 is 300 divided by 5. Okay, how many 5s go into 300? Okay, if I'm not sure, I could just do my division method. Okay, how many 5s go into 30? 6. Okay, and then I've got 0 left. So it's 60. Okay, so what percentage of the book did he read? He read 60% of his book. Okay. Question 8. Christina entered in a marathon but only managed to complete 11/20ths of the race. A. What percentage of the marathon did she complete? B. What percentage of the marathon did she not complete? Okay, so first for A, I need to work out 11/20ths as a percentage. Once again, it doesn't matter which method I use. This time, okay, I'm going to use the conversion, finding the equivalent fraction and convert it so that my denominator is 100. Okay, so thinking, what do I do to 20 to get to 100? I multiply it by 5. And I do the same again to the top. 11 times 5 is 55. Okay, and then I know that 55 over 100, or 55 out of 100, is equivalent to 55%. Okay, so the percentage of marathon that she did complete was 55%. So to work out the percentage of the marathon that she did not complete, okay, I need to do the whole marathon, which would be 100%, subtract the percentage that she did do. Okay, so 100 subtract 55 is 45. So it means that 45% of the marathon she did not complete. Okay, now that I've gone through those, it would be good if you could go back and have another go at the other questions, okay, and then you can look back previously in the video to check your answers. But well done.